Okay, we just finished up the layout for the kitchen and dropping a quick little bistro style table in here. We're going to create a sort of a millwork feature here and drop some furnishings in for the living area. So, off to furnishings, I want sofas. I'm going to use triple number one. Yeah, sure, that looks pretty good. And let's say I want it centered between here. This is where I come in and I draw a temporary line. My only reason for drawing that line is so that I can establish a center point. So there's my midpoint to get my object tracking, come back until it intersects with that back wall. Just like that. Easy as pie. Let's put in an elliptical coffee table in here. So EL for ellipse. Let's make it 6 feet long and yeah, 18 inches across, which means this this dimension here is going to be 9 inches. That's not enough. Let's move it. There we go, 12 inches. So 6 feet by 24. Center point. Move that up and 24 feet out. 12 inches right there at that one spot should be okay. Let's give them a little more breathing room. Okay, 18 inches around. And I'm going to put some chairs in here. So back to the sofas. It's time. I know I call it sofa single, and that was basically so that I know that these things are all belong together. They're sort of related looking wise. Yeah, it's a pretty good spot. And here's that, and a rotation angle. Let's say it's 45, and we'll put it there. And I want another one on this side, sort of similarly arranged, and I'm just going to mirror it at a certain point of the table, just like that. All right, now I want a feature piece of millwork right here. So make current, and I'm going to start in this corner. I haven't left clicked on anything yet, so start in the back corner. Get my object tracking working. Go up, let's say 16 inches, and type PER at the command prompt, and I want it to line up with that, and then come back down, and I want another line here in the middle, and I want to offset that, let's say 3 feet either side. Erase that line in the middle, do another offset. Did I make that? Yeah, let's pull this one back 4 inches, so that's only 12 inches deep. TR at the command prompt, press return so that I can use all objects as other cutting objects. Yeah, that'll work. I mean, there's a spot for them to put their flat screen TV and some stereo equipment so they can do that kind of thing, and then there's still nice big open space for them to get outdoors. Yeah, that'll work. I like that. Okay. The next thing that I want to do is I want to put in, I want to put in some lines that are going to denote changes in ceiling height. And some of these lines are going to be placed seemingly arbitrary, and some of them are going to actually serve some practical purposes. Lines and changes of ceiling is a floor overhead. And I'm going to draw a line from this endpoint across, let's see, PER. I'm going to have it run in like that. And I want to mirror this to the other side of the unit, like so. And I want right here, since I'm here, I'm going to trim and close that up. And okay, so far so good. Oh, I know what I'm going to do. Put one line here. I'm going to draw an arc And this one will be start, end, direction. And first endpoint is here. Doesn't look like those line up. No, they do. Okay, second endpoint is there. I just want to bow him out a little like that. Just, it looks kind of arbitrary right now, and it is, and that's fine. Use my trim command, T bar. There we go. And select that arc, get rid of those lines. So what I'm establishing here is a few different changes in the ceiling height. Hopefully it's not too drastic, and it'll make sense when you guys start to put this information together a little further down the line. I do want to put in an indication for a curtain right here, and even though it's actually a curtain, I'm going to put it on a door layer. And I want to draw this in. I'm just going to completely do this manually, so hopefully it doesn't really confuse people. I'm going to start with an arc, and let's see, you know what, no, arc, point number 1, point number 2, and point number 3. I'm going to come back to where I started just so I can drag out and say 6 inches. All right, that works. Copy from here to here. Highlight my arc, left click, right click, mirror, just like that. Yeah, that'll work. Okay. Now I want to rotate these. Starting at that endpoint, and I want to rotate it right along this this line that I got going here, just like that. All right, now I'm going to use path array. Those are my objects that I'm going to array. This is my path, and I want that distance between 12 inches. And the reason is I made that arc 6 inches, so I doubled it, and now it's 12. All right, that works. Close the array. Now, here's where things get a little weird. I'll make a copy of this. I'm going to go down, let's say 12 inches. And I'm going to grab that line that defines the whole thing. Hold my mouse over, lengthen. And I'm going to pull this line back to here. Yeah, that'll work. All right, now grab this line, mouse over the other endpoint. 1, 2, 3, and 3. That'll work. And move that up 12 inches. There we go. Something that looks a little. It's not a collapsible door or anything like that. It's actually a curtain, but we're using it as a door, so to speak. And just so that whoever's coming through has a place where they can dump their keys, all that kind of stuff, right as they walk by. We could actually turn this into a teeny little closet. It's not entirely practical to have that kind of like a coat closet thing happening right there. But what we can do is have, let's say, 5 feet by 12. Let's have a table right there of some kind. You know, whether it be decoration or a place to charge your phone, a place to drop your keys, that kind of a thing. All right. Yeah, that'll work. That'll work right nicely. I'm going to go back to my floor plan, or my layout rather. And it's going to think, because we added a lot of stuff to the drawing. And I'm going to save what I'm working on. And I'm going to type PRE at the command prompt, which is my print preview. Let me see what this looks like. And that's it so far. Now, one of the things that we haven't covered, and we will go in a little bit later, is, there's no way to really discern what's new versus what's existing, is there? It all is the same black lines. I'll show you guys that next time we're in class, because it is going to be important and we're going to have to start doing it. But all right, yeah, that's looking pretty good. Cool. We'll cancel that. I'm going to save what I'm doing, and I'm going to close everything out. So there we go. All right, guys. Hopefully you guys can go back and watch how I put some of these things together, and that's what the videos are for, is you rewind and rewind and rewind. And one way or another, you'll be able to see, hopefully, how I did everything. And we'll see you guys in class. So y'all have a good evening, and I'll be seeing you in class.